So as the Switch anniversary is approaching, we I'm 2 days late, but as you know, the Switch 5th year anniversary is approaching. We're hearing rumors about Switch Pro and Nvidia chips and all this other crap, and I'm just over it at this point. Okay, I mean, we got the Nvidia company being hacked by, or this cyber hack is going on, and they're basically holding the company for ransom. And if they're asking for money, and if they don't get the money, they're gonna leak out information. And one of the bits of information that they leaked out just so happened to have information on the next chip that Nintendo will be using for their future Nintendo Switch. Whether it's a revision or a next gen Switch, we don't know. All we know is it's gonna have DLSS 2.2, which is basically some nice fancy tech that would allow Nintendo to upscale to 4K while keeping a steady frame rate without putting too much, stress on the actual chip. It's some weird technology that is in all the new games and stuff like that. I don't play PC games, so I don't know about all that stuff, but it sounds interesting that you could be able to get almost 4K graphics or something similar to it on the go. And I don't know, man. I don't know, cause we keep hearing these rumors and stuff, and I'm starting to think about it as I was like preparing for this video. It's been 5 years since the Switch came out, and on top of that, we haven't really gotten anything that, I mean, when the Switch first came out, you had the heavy hitters, you had the Zelda, you had the Mario, you had the Mario Kart, you had all these games, and now as the 5th year is approaching, it seems like it's harder to get a decent blockbuster game, a game that's gonna make you go out and buy a Switch. You know, I feel like the Metroid Dread game was a good game, but on top of that, it's like who's jumping out to go buy a Switch for Metroid Dread, a 2D side scroller? You like not trying to throw dirt or throw shame on that game, or that type of game. Those Metroidvania games or those 2D side scrollers. That's not the point. The point is, Nintendo, they doing their own thing, but at the same time, they're trying to target a audience that just right now they just prioritizing graphics and performance, something that the Switch is lacking in both categories. Okay, you got a 720p screen, and you got games that can't even hold a stable 30. And yes, there are Nintendo games that could hold a stable 30, but as the years are going on and going by, the games is getting, you could see the stress. They're more demanding. Look at Pokemon Arceus. The game has potential, but performance issues can hold the game back in a way. I mean, if you could see past it, good for you. But I'm sorry, once I started playing in 120 hertz, you're gonna notice the difference going forward. And when you jump back to games like that, it's gonna be just harder to notice. And I just can't see myself, you know, putting a lot of time into the Switch like I did a couple years ago. Okay, and when they released the Switch OLED, I think that was just a bad move because that should have been the Switch that had the new Nvidia chip inside. And if the chip wasn't ready, or they was facing supply issues, then they should have never released the OLED. They should have just held it back. I get it. They're trying to bring people in, but the OLED screen is not enough. It's not enough. My Vita had an OLED screen before the Switch came out. And the question comes: is it gonna be too late when they drop the Switch Pro? Because they want this system to last a while. And it's supposed to be a family of Switch systems. And if you're gonna have games that's gonna be backwards compatible with the old Switch systems, then basically the games have to, like, you gotta sacrifice somewhere. Like, I'm not a tech wizard or anything. I don't develop games, but I do know that certain games won't be able to reach us. You know, how do I say it? It should be performing at a certain degree, and if you gotta develop for other consoles, it's gonna basically scaling back. And I don't know how that's gonna work, but I'm all for it. I mean, the Switch Pro should have been came out. We should have had a reiteration of some sorts, graphics wise, since we can't even get games that run on the PS4 or Xbox One. Xbox One being the weakest of the last gen systems, we can't even get games that run like that. And it's sad that we have to sit here and play cloud gaming or cloud based games just to experience that on a mobile handheld. When this is supposed to, the whole point of the Switch was to be able to take it out and play it on the go and play with your friends and play in the airplane and all this other crap. But you can't even do that because the games that they're advertising, like Kingdom Hearts, Guardians of the Galaxy, Hitman, they're all cloud-based games. So where are we gonna draw the line? How many Switch systems are they gonna sell? And then be like, oh look, we're bringing old games. Look, old Assassin's Creed games that you probably played already. Look, old Batman games. Old this. Listen, everyone's tired of the ports. I'm tired of the ports. All right, we get it. All right, you're gonna charge us $60 or $50 for an old last gen game or two gen old game when you could go on Game Pass and buy it for like $10. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. I'm just ranting at this point. I just feel like if this is true, which most likely it is, hopefully the Switch Pro will end up coming next year, hopefully. Because if it's not coming next year, then I don't see the Switch sales going up any higher than where it's at right now. So, if you guys liked the video, if you guys felt like I informed you, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification button to stay notified. Stay safe. I'm out.